guys. Welcome to the Gotham After Show, where I am self-flagellating with red vines because I am so stressed out about this episode still. I'm Tatiana from the Marvel Report, but I love talking DC more. Don't tell them. And this is Daniel Pickett from Action Figure Insider. And we are here with Alexis Ned.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Alexis. So you guys, what are your feelings on this episode?
I'm stressed out.
Yes.
I'm so stressed
I'm so stressed too. I'm stress eating. Daniel?
But I'm also happy.
Oh, because you got your OTP happening a little bit? Is this why we're happy? We've got some obstacles, but true love will prevail. Don't you think, Daniel?
Well, I mean, I'm still a little numb from last night's Walking Dead, actually. So then to pile on another hour of making people choose who lives and who dies. It's been a tough 48 hours for watching TV, actually. I gotta say. So that was kind of the prevailing thought throughout this episode.
At least we didn't know the people that actually died this
until
episode.
the end.
Okay, we're not even. She's not gonna die, obviously. Obviously. Or I will actually have to go hunt down the Gotham producers myself. And Alexis will direct me to where they are. So that I can attack them. You. So what did you guys think about Valerie versus Lee? You know, this whole choice that he had to make.
I feel like it was such a... Because I feel like a lot of the show has been Jim Gordon choosing things.
Yes.
In more subtle ways. So when it actually came down to who lives and who dies, you were surprised that Jim Gordon's choices are actually going to have an impact on his life and other people's lives.
Yeah.
Which was surprising for me.
And I guess it was good to see him so hesitant to make choices, because usually he just does whatever he feels like and doesn't care about the consequences.
Yes.
But, Hatter made it very clear several times, even by not choosing, that is a decision. And bad things happen. So I think that's something you can learn in life as well as just from this episode. Even not making a choice is a third option.
Yes. That is. Inaction is always a choice.
Yes.
That's true. I really did like that we got to see how Lee and Valerie both handle the situation, though. We got to learn a little bit more about them, I think. Because Valerie has so far been a cool, kick-ass reporter who just is all business, right? And so we learned that that's not just I guess it's not even a facade. That literally is who she is. Even when she might die, she's okay, but in case I don't die, I need to get the story.
And to a fault. I mean, that is how Hatter captured her,
Right.
He said, it's hey, turns out if you want to kidnap a reporter, you just say, hey, there's a great story back here in the alley, and,
And then, of course, Lee has always been Jim's support and Jim's light and hope in the darkness or whatever. And now we got to see her on her own.
She's half of Jim Gordon's heart. We learned that tonight, too.
That was so weird, because he's only known Valerie for 3 weeks. I don't...
Yeah.
Valerie's awesome, but she's not half of Jim Gordon's heart.
Yeah, I mean, but going by Mad Hatter, I feel like his perception of romantic entanglement isn't exactly healthy.
That's
so
so
he's
true.
oh yeah, they've been dating for a month. True love. Make him choose between that and his former fiance he always had a baby with. That's the same.
Right. I would have, if anything, first off, why did no one even think about Barbara? Poor Barbara. Literally, even Mad Hatter knows that Jim does not care about her at all.
Barbara's the one that threw everyone under the bus. I mean, she's got to know at that point.
Supposedly, she told him that Jim was still in love with her and stuff, and Matt Howard's I don't buy it. I'm going after the other
for a second.
Any conversation with her.
Prime chaotic neutral in this show. She's just I'll tell him. I'm not going to do anything, but I'll tell him.
Poor Barbara. I would have actually expected him to take, Harvey or someone that Jim actually, has a long-standing relationship with.
Yeah, I would say Harvey is more the other half of his heart than Valerie, because even she said all he does is drink whiskey and make love to her and stuff. So it's which I've never seen them drink whiskey together either. They're always drinking coffee. They're the two most caffeinated people in any relationship I've ever seen.
Just drinking coffee and banging.
Well, yeah, exactly. They have to drink the coffee for all that sex that they're having off screen.
I guess so.
Apparently. So speaking,
I also kind of expected Harvey to turn up there.
Yeah.
Because when he finally dragged Valerie out, I was a little sick of like the damsel in distress trope, where it's like, how many beautiful women will Jim Gordon have to rescue over the course of the show? And I just thought it would make so much more sense if that were Harvey.
Yeah, yeah, and or if Valerie and Lee had gotten to rescue themselves, like they were starting on it, and then it was just like a dead end, it was a detour.
Yeah.
Or even if that frickin' plan, the non-plan with her fiance, with Falcone Jr. had worked, and he had, you know, gotten a gun from the precinct instead of a gun from his house that was already...
What mobster can't tell the difference between a loaded and unloaded gun? Come on, you are Carmine Falcone's gun.
Yeah.
Well, that just proves that he really was being honest, that he is not actually part of the crime family.
So gentle.
He's a good guy, I guess.
That's what they keep telling us. We'll see.
So what did you think about Jim's choice when it came down to it, Daniel?
You know, it was that weird sort of, you know, it was almost sort of like the iocane powder scene from The Princess Bride, where you have to say the one that he's going to think that it's actually the other one you mean, and then he'll shoot this one because this one is you know, went to medical school and her husband's a surgeon, and so they can save that one. But it was, I mean, even that whole thing was like, if he is so bound and determined to kill her, why did he go with the gut shot?
Right.
You know, even that seemed like a weak choice.
I mean, I
I've
feel
played enough Fallout to know you always go for the headshot if you want it in one.
right. Yeah, and he just left without even wondering.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like either he didn't really want anyone to die, he just wanted to prove something to Jim, or that was just a really weak way to let Jim not have to deal with one of them dying. You know?
I think it's the latter.
You think that that was like kind of a plot holy?
I think
kind
that
of
was just something the writers did to keep going, because it's a mad city all season long.
To give him credit, it would be more painful for Jim to deal with the fact that they know that he let one of them die on purpose.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually killing them.
And right now, Lee thinks that he was going to let her die. I kind of feel like that's not the case. I feel like he knew.
I don't know. I think that Lee knows Jim well enough that she knows that by saying her, that he would shoot Valerie.
Oh, okay. But Valerie, I guess then Valerie sort of had a face like, oh, that makes me feel bad. So I don't know. I wonder if Valerie thinks that Jim loves her now or not, basically. Is there going to be confusion?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like she's, like we said, she's been dating him for 3 weeks regardless. She's out.
So she knows. I hope so. I hope so. I worry for her life.
I don't
want
think
her to be
she
safe.
wants Jim to love her necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she loves Jim. So
No.
I would hope she doesn't love Jim.
So
I question why Lee does. That's okay.
So I say, take the shot.
Yeah, I know why Barbara does. Barbara, I accept. Because, you know.
She's crazy.
Because she's crazy. Because he fits, he matches. They match in their craziness.
You have to be crazy to date Jim Gordon in this city.
Yeah, and that's what I always wondered, since the moment that Valerie asked it an hour ago, when she asked, like, why did you come back, right? And Lee didn't give an answer, because what is the answer? Why would she have come back?
You actually asked that question while we were watching it, before it came up in the show.
I did. I was like, why did she come back? And then Valerie was listening to me, and she was like, you know, that's a good question, Tatiana. I need to know.
And still unresolved.
Thoughts
on the...
Why did Lee come back?
I mean, I feel like the show answer is because she's gonna marry a Falcone, and Falcones are all about Gotham, and that's what she's gonna have to live now. I mean, I kind of hope she didn't come back for Jim. I mean, because at this point, what is so deeply compelling about Jim Gordon that has you, like, back to the hotbed of crime and nastiness? Like, the last time you were in Gotham, you were held up by the abominable bride. You don't come back there just for a dude.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, and
but didn't the husband, didn't Falcone get transferred to the hospital there? Isn't that how they explained it?
Yes, but, like, then Valerie says you could have gotten any job anywhere,
That's
you know?
true.
So, like, so even if Lee had just given that answer, then you'd be like, okay, well, that's the answer. But they had Valerie ask it, like, well, that's not the answer. So that's what I feel like they want us to wonder. They want us to, and I think that the answer is going to be because she just has that pull to Jim Gordon. And then the next question is why? That's all
Because they're
right.
dating in real life?
Because they're dating in real
Have
life.
a child in real life?
That's why.
I think
She has to stay on the show.
that might be a little something.
So in slightly happier news. Although actually before, can I just complain about the Mad Hatter a little bit? Like, what is
Please.
He says that Jim Gordon has something against married couples, but like he clearly has something against married couples, like the Mad Hatter does. Because his first episode in, he like kills that poor couple for no reason.
Right, in their house?
Yeah, in the house.
Yeah,
Like, there was no reason to do that. You could have just taken their, been like, give me your money. Give me access to your house. But no, he killed them. I don't know why. And then, of course, he killed this couple for Jim's sake. And I don't know, it's just a little weird, because in both cases, it was a black woman and a white man. And I was like, I don't...
Oh, man.
Both times. Why?
So the Mad Hatter is both a racist.
Like, it was super weird. I don't know why this choice was made.
He's not just a racist, he's a crazy racist.
He's a crazy racist, but also I feel like maybe the marriage thing is like he knows he could never marry the love of his life, so marriage as an institution is like stacked against him and his like incestuous rape fantasies, which we learned this episode might not have been fantasies, and it's just like another tick in the horrifying sexual politics.
Yeah, he was like, she told me what you did to her, and I was like, oh, why? She's dead now. Let her rest in peace.
Right, let her rest. There's always like at least one weird rapey thing that happens every season in Gotham, and I'm just like, can I just get a Batman show? Like, please.
Where Batman would stop this from happening. He'd be like, I see you about to pervert something sexually, and I am going to prevent it.
It just feels like they have to keep reminding us. Like, we got it the first time. We understand what you're trying to say. You do not have to keep hammering that home and making it creepier. We were picking up what you were putting down,
and what you were putting down was sibling incest rape. Got it. Nailed it.
Got it?
Yeah. Cool. And she did not want it. So she didn't. I'm just saying, at least if she wanted it, it would be a different story, okay? It'd just be like Jamie and Cersei, like, oh, this is weird. I don't like it, but okay, whatever. But no, she was not here for that.
No.
Okay. So happier news. Happier news is, I'm gonna say it wrong. Nygma Pot.
You got it right.
Yes. Yes.
Right in one.
Daniel. Before we get squee about it, why don't you get real with us?
I'm still curious to see if they will actually go through with that, because that is sort of a big shift in what we know as established characters so far, and I'm not opposed to it. I mean, there's nothing to say
you
that
better not be.
Penguin, Penguin traditionally hasn't had a lot of relationships in the comics, even so.
And he doesn't seem like he knows what to do with a relationship in the show.
Right. So
very true.
Yeah, I was just I think we all sort of thought I don't think we expected it to carry through to this week and actually to drive forward a little bit even. So I was surprised that they, because it seemed like they were just sort of hemming and hawing around it and teasing it, not that it would actually be a storyline that would carry through multiple episodes.
Yeah,
so,
I was surprised that they went there.
Yeah.
I was extraordinarily surprised. I thought they were just going to keep baiting it and not actually doing anything.
Yeah, exactly. Now, even if it, ends in heartbreak, at least we know that it is a purposeful direction. Like, it wasn't baiting.
Yeah.
He really has feelings.
Yeah, that sparkle in Penguin's eye wasn't just like bros being bros.
And now I'm wondering what Nygma feels, because in the scene, the first scene where Oswald was going to tell him how he felt, it seemed like Nygma understood that he wasn't saying, he wasn't saying something important, and he was like disappointed by that. So I was like, does he know? Does he have feelings? And then at the end, of course,
Chelsea Spack comes back.
Yeah, she's great. I'm excited to see her back, but I'm sad that we're gonna, obviously he's gonna immediately be attracted to his previous victim.
Kris Kringle.
Yeah.
Blonde.
Yeah. And
who just came from the worst wig shop ever.
If possible, a Marilyn Monroe-y or Kris Kringle.
Yeah. Also, when he said, like, are you Miss Kringle? Or he said Miss Kringle, and she was like, oh, no, I'm Isabel. And I'm like, that doesn't mean your last name isn't Kringle. That's suspicious. Like, what? So, I don't know. I mean, I know she's supposed to, like, feel connected to him because of whatever reason, but I was kind of like, are you, like, her sister? Are you here for vengeance? Like, what is happening?
I think Nygma just has a type.
Yeah.
And the type is literal triplets.
And it's like, and of course she immediately goes in and like gives him a riddle. Like, it's just so perfect. It's too perfect. What is happening?
Meanwhile, the penguin is still sitting at his table talking to the empty dinner plate, waiting for him to show up with the wine.
Fiddling with this little wine glass, all cute.
No.
Yep.
And you guys knew that he wasn't gonna be there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Not at all.
So I knew, like, I was like, okay, he's not gonna admit it till the end of the episode. And then it was like, oh, okay, he asked him to dinner, so he's not gonna show up at the dinner, you know? But I had no idea that Chelsea Stack was coming back. So that was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a great surprise.
It's a good thing I didn't read the episode description, or I would have known.
No, did not. So it was a good surprise. I mean, it also raises some interesting questions because, like, Nygma has had a heterosexual relationship in the past. Obviously, it ended in accidental strangulation, but it was still, you know, a dude and a lady.
It was. It was.
And then
heteronormative.
we have Penguin, who has had no relationships in the past. He even tells his mom in season 1, "I don't even date." So, but is just like clearly a very self-actualized queer character. Like, there's no like, oh no, I like him and he's a boy. It's like, oh no, I
think
like
he
him
was just
because
happy.
he's Ed.
He was just happy to have found love or to be experiencing that feeling.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he knows
no crisis, nothing.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Right, which was cool. But then you have Ed, where it's like, oh, okay, well, for this to work, Ed has to be bisexual. But the way that they kind of just like gloss over penguin sexuality, or not gloss over, just like wide-armed acceptance of penguin sexuality with no hemming and hawing, it's like, is sexuality even a thing in Gotham? Are they like Sims? Is everybody just like open to both ways?
I think that might be, I feel like that must be what it is. Like, or unless you're like a designated main character, you're just like on a sliding scale.
Yeah, you're just open for all of it. Because, you know, look at Barbara. You know, she did both of the Galavan twins with like not even a second
and
look.
she and Tabitha are like, you know, smacking each other with butts or whatever, and then being like, so are you getting back with Butch? You know, I'm in love with Jim Gordon. So I'm like,
sexuality on this show is like, it's kind of like spoken and unspoken. It's the most laissez-faire thing I've ever seen on television. Like, nobody cares. It's the most pansexual thing I've seen.
Any port in a storm.
There you go. You know, I mean, whatever works for them, I guess. Although, of course, nothing seems to be working. So
no, everyone's gonna end up dead. So
everyone's gonna end up dead.
It doesn't matter.
Bruce Wayne's gonna end up dead. I gotta sneak in my theory once every episode.
Oh my God, we didn't see Bruce Wayne this episode.
Nope.
Or Pat.
I was so sad. Like, I realized like 30 minutes in, I told Daniel, I was like, there's no, obviously,
there's not gonna be
Selena and Bruce are not gonna be here, and I'm gonna be disappointed.
That's right.
They should have broken it at the end and saved Valerie and Lee. I think they could have done it.
Popped out of nowhere.
Exactly, just kicked everyone in the face.
Thermostat is like, who are these children?
I haven't interacted with these characters, but no.
Curses, beat by a preteen.
That's what we need more of. That's what would really bring Gotham up a notch.
Something's gonna be like Scooby-Doo or something.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Supervillains would have gotten away with it if not for you wretched kids.
Yeah. Preteens solving mysteries, you know, doing detective work, and
I would watch the shit out of that show.
And we already know he's got a dog named Robin, so
there you go.
Bring that
Oh my
dog
God.
along. Get yourself a van.
This is literally, and then Poison Ivy like finds the Fountain of Youth. So Child Poison Ivy comes back to help them. It's all good.
Right.
So in totally separate part of the episode, we had Barnes, you know, hulking out a little bit.
That's right.
So
assaulting a chair.
Assaulting a chair.
No chair is safe in Gotham.
He got really intense with that chair, man.
He did.
He was just twisting that. And he was so mad because like the dude wouldn't answer a question.
Yeah.
But then he also has like the like frame of mind to just be like, it's not your fault, Jim. You know, we're gonna like, I even know which woman that you want to save the most, and we're gonna find her. Don't worry. I'm like, okay.
Do you think there's a scene after that where he disposes of that chair somewhere? So
you don't see it.
Like the cleaning crew doesn't come in and like, what happened here?
Yeah, he really just sort of left it there. He looked at it. He knew what was going on.
Chair, and then
just let it go.
I got bigger fish to fry. I'm out of here.
The cleaning crew at Gotham PD has seen weirder stuff.
Well, they're very busy because they keeps getting shot up and windows broken and all the millwork destroyed, and just seems like every 3 episodes someone busts in and destroys that place.
Takes over the GCPD, just ruins it.
Yeah.
It's a real slow burn on Barnes, though. I almost messed that up. Slow burn on Barnes. Because it was 2 episodes ago where he got the blood in his eye.
Yes.
And no shade, but it is quite unlike the Gotham TV writers to let something sort of build up very slowly like that over the course of 2 episodes. I feel like it's even going to go into 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's got to be something big.
Yeah, because no one's even noticed that something's weird with him yet.
Right.
So you think by now someone would at least be like, "Oh, you okay, dude?" But no,
You're like, hey, you just lifted a fridge. Why are you doing that?
But the other interesting thing is, what we sort of know from the past with the blood is that it instantly turns people into monsters, and you have to set them on fire in their living room to get rid of them. It's he did the Hulk out, the red mist or whatever he's doing, and then he was able to shut it back down. So is this going to be something he can control, and how long does it last? Is it permanent? We don't know. Is he just going to be like this?
Because it was literally just
strong
one drop
being
of
for the
blood.
rest of the show?
So
Right.
it's understandable that it's like one drop of blood, so that maybe it takes longer to emphasize. And they did say some rats immediately started eating the other rats, and the rats were just chilling. So the time varies, so that's fine. But yeah, you'd think that less blood would mean that the effect has to not last as long, or that it's just kind of like 10% Hulk.
Or
Are there any canon Batman villains that have symptoms similar to that, like controllable rage and super strength?
Not that I can think
Not
of
like
right
it,
now.
yeah.
Nothing springs to my
If
mind.
you guys in the comments know any Batman villains that Barnes could be representing, you should tweet us, #GothamAS, or tell us in the chat, because...
It's vaguely Bane-y.
Yeah, I was about
he
to
has
say
to take
Bane.
a chemical to keep it under control.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a reverse Bane, because his natural self is super strong, and he may have to take something to keep that tamped down.
Right. So this is you're right, so now it's, okay.
#reverse Bane.
Reverse Bane.
Hashtag
Reverse Bane.
That's right.
It works. It works.
But it'll be sort of interesting to see, too, if it is his anger and or his rage that triggers that. Is he then going to have to, keep a Zen garden or something?
Yeah.
Or will he become a much more...
Or, get a pet.
Yeah, has to be a very chill captain so that doesn't keep happening to him.
Barnes just gets a bird.
You're right.
Yes.
It'll be like Detective Lance and Arrow, where he'll be like, "You just can't tell me bad news about the precinct because I'm gonna go bonkers. Just let me go to my office and chill for a couple hours. I'll come out and do some police work."
That's right.
Other policeman who didn't get very much play was Harvey this episode, but he's one scene just showed how he's evolved to be such a good friend to Jim. And so understanding, too.
It's been a very sort of Harvey anemic season so far, I feel like. We have not seen very much of him, and that makes me a bit sad, because I think he might be my favorite on the show.
Is he working on something else? Do they have him for a limited time?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I feel like it must be dictated by something outside of the writing, or they're just really in love with their villain right now, I don't know.
That's true.
And I guess, of course, Jim isn't at the precinct, so it's much less opportunity for them. But I hope that they find a way to bring that unit back together, because I really like Jim and Harvey. I think that Harvey brings out a lightness in Jim that most people don't.
Maybe he gets promoted to captain while Barnes is having, to
his
learn how to...
While Barnes becomes reverse Bane.
Yeah, is that his knitting circle or whatever he needs to calm down? I don't know.
So the promo for next week, the episode is called The Red Queen, right?
Yes.
Red Queen.
Keeping within all the sort of Alice in Wonderland hatterness. Because this one was about the White Rabbit, who was the creepy albino in the suit.
And I have to say that when I heard Red Queen, I just assumed Barbara for some reason. I was like, that sounds like Barbara. But no, it's a powder, right?
It seems to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm, so Mad Hatter sprinkles it in Gordon's face, and then he has a episode-long hallucination is what it looks like.
Which seems more sort of scarecrowy, so I'll be interested to see how they handle all of that, because that seems non-Hatterish, more scarecrowish.
I hope he has a friend It's like, oh, hey, Scarecrow, what's up?
Yeah, I hope it's baby
powder?
Scarecrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Crane, welcome.
It's like
Flashback
a
to
15-year-old
season
drug
one.
dealer who just made his new drug, the Red Queen. I like it. I like it.
I miss baby Scarecrow. He had a great brief 2-episode arc, and then no one ever spoke about him again, even though he's Jim's fault.
Well, I think that's sort of a thing, right? This might be the season where Jim's faults come back to haunt him. So, all the more reason to bring back.
Which again sort of skews the Batman mythos, which was sort of all the villains come to Gotham as a result of Batman, not Commissioner Gordon's screw up. So it seems like it's maybe Gordon becomes Batman, like we saw.
Yeah.
He'll put on that armored suit,
right?
Get the mohawk, like we saw.
Or maybe Gordon messes up so much. The sequel is then Bruce has to come in and clean up Gordon's mess. There you go.
With significantly less angst, considering he's given up on his parents' death and is mostly just miffed at Jim.
Yeah, he was like, I asked this dude to help me find my parents' killer a couple of years ago, and then he just totally went balls out crazy, and now I have to fix everything. Sorry, guys. That's how this is my fault. I should never have asked him to do that.
But again, this episode, no Court of Owls reference also.
Yeah.
That seems like they sort of just...
Right, went away with
with
Bruce.
each episode, it's getting less and less mentioned. So, I don't know, maybe there'll be a big finale with it? We'll have to see, but it seems
Maybe
like...
they unleashed Jervis.
Oh, that would be an interesting reveal.
But the Court of Owls, like, not controlled her, just, like, brought him back to Gotham, been like, your sister's here, go.
Yeah.
Or maybe Bruce has just kept his promise that he's not going to look into them, so they're just like, all right, we'll lay low. As long
They're
as
super nice about that.
As long as the kid's doing what he promised, the pinky swear is still on, we'll leave him be.
As long as we have his little clone locked up in a box somewhere, everything's fine.
That's right.
All right, so we have some questions from the audience.
What are they?
What are they?
I asked you first.
Okay, well, we have Alma Diaz, who asked, did you guys think Jim knew what was going to happen, so that's why he chose Val, or do you guys think he honestly loves her? We sort of talked about this, but you had a more detailed, you sort of went into...
Right, I mean, yeah, we had the discussion while we were watching it. It seemed like he picked the one knowing that Hatter skews everything and thinks it's the opposite, so then he shoots Val instead of Lee, even though he yells out Lee's name.
Okay.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I think by that time, Jim had kind of, like, gotten what the jig was, and he knew that saying Lee would make Hatter think he was lying and shoot Val. Totally, 100%.
I hope that he did it because, like you said, he knew that he thought Lee could save Valerie because she's like a sort of doctor. I mean, she's a doctor, but and her fiance's one.
Fiance's a surgeon, and he's down in the foyer. I don't know where he.
Right. He's just hanging out. But so I hope that's what it was, and not just that he's like, well, I'm willing to sacrifice Valerie.
But again, the weirdness of that whole resolution of that, he shoots her.
And then just walks away.
And walks away. And I guess his goons were just like, well, we'll let the fiance go too. I mean, that just seemed like weak writing.
Yeah, did he get new Tweedles this week, or was it just me?
It did seem like 2 more Tweedles, right?
Yeah, they were like 2 large, identical twins.
Yeah, the ones holding the guns. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were.
But then he had that little ginger kid with the propeller thing at the beginning of the episode, too. The kid that was going to get mowed down by a truck.
The ginger kid looked slightly like a Tweedle, yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought that's with the like, the beanie. I thought maybe that's where they were going.
Yeah, but then he was just a kid that was kidnapped, right?
Clearly,
yeah, I don't know. Jordan Valdez had a good question also, which is, which Batman villain is the kid Penguin gave advice to going to become? Because that advice was whack. What was that?
They pushed them down the stairs.
Yeah. Also,
he's
did you
so
guys
good
notice? Did you guys notice what he was drawing?
I saw it said
mommy. No mom.
Yeah, it said no mommy. It looked to me like he was pushing his mom into the piano behind them, but I might have just been looking for crazy things. Because it
that was definitely disturbed looking.
looked like he was pushing his mom away for some reason. So I was like, I think this kid's already a little crazy.
I think
he could have been saying no mommy and like pushed her away because she was hitting him. I'm just seeing the worst in Gotham these days as far as like abuse and incest.
If you guys have other, you want to look at reviews of other TV shows, both DC and Marvel, by the way, you guys should check out bamsmackpow.com, because they're going to have a lot of other theories that they can look at every episode of Gotham, of Flash, Arrow, all those awesome shows. And then you can leave stuff in the comments, and we'll be checking that out too. So we can respond to that. Or you can tell us by going to #GothamAS on Twitter.
And let's get #Reverse Bane.
Reverse
trending.
Bane, yes.
I want to see that
Reverse
trending.
Bane.
Whatever you can do to make that happen, I would appreciate it.
Jordan had another interesting question.
Let's hear it.
Yeah. He just said, did Jervis's scheme this episode remind any of you of what happened in season 2 of Arrow?
Well, sure, yeah. We talked about that last week, as a matter of fact.
I did.
Yeah.
And again, you guys are going to be like, why does she make everything about race? But both times, one of the women was Asian, and that is a woman that clearly was not the one he wanted to choose. That's all. Okay. Just saying. Why? So that is
So
what
we're
most
saying
reminded me.
it doesn't pay to be Asian or a mixed race couple in any of the DC universe TV shows.
Hey now.
Like,
Flash is okay. Flash is okay with interracial couples. It's fine.
Of course,
they
not according
okay?
to the fandom.
They keep changing the timeline, so I know we're veering off course a little bit into a different show, but
Sorry, guys. But anyway, so yes, it did remind me, and just in general, it's always the pit of your stomach type situation when it's like a dude has to choose between two women in any love triangle, and then this one it's like, if you don't get chosen, you die. That sucks.
that's rough stuff.
Some high stakes. High stakes. We need some more women in the middle of love triangles where the dudes are gonna die. Sophie's choice situations.
Right.
Feminism. Anyway. Yes, Lily Mitchelson just said West Allen, girl. I'm with you. West Allen's awesome.
Yes, go
And now-
West Allen.
And now they're finally getting, spoilers, you guys, but the timeline's not going to change this time. We're good. Okay.
Did we veer off into another show again? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, I did.
Welcome to
Daniel,
the Arrow.
you have to look at the. Can you look at the chat for me, Daniel, so that I don't get distracted by West Allen, and you can tell us if there's any other questions?
Are there any other questions? Let's see. Lily Mitchelson mentions that Scarecrow is classmates with Bruce at Gotham High.
Oh.
So maybe he could be a drug dealer that helps out.
Yeah. Right. Like that's the. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. I really hope. I want to see that. I want to see that kid again.
Everyone, look at that. Now everyone's over there talking about the Flash. We've somehow made the chat veer off into the CW as well.
I just have a lot of feelings.
And that is how you pivot.
That's right. But I think that little kid, just coming back to your original question, the little kid that Penguin gave the advice to, that they clearly go to the same barber, because they both have those weird, these. Make sure you leave me some of these.
Gotham has something against that haircut, clearly.
They really do.
Those are the kids that are not loved.
I think he's going to grow up and be anarchy.
All right.
We'll see. That's
All
my
right, you've
prediction.
laid down the gauntlet. So we'll check back in 5 years and see
Check
if you
back
were
in
right.
5 years, and everyone in his class will have like shattered spines, and then he's just sitting in the corner like no one's going to notice that little Timmy keeps pushing people down the stairs.
Well, he draws more pictures of his mom.
That's right. No, mommy.
Okay, guys, that's all that we have the time for tonight. But if you want to talk more Batman in general, since he was missing from tonight's episode, you can check us out on Welcome to the Batcave. That's airing in just a couple minutes on stream.tv.
And don't forget to subscribe so you can watch all of the great after-show goodness. Not just us. There's a lot of goodness. If you want to talk about Flash, they've got a show you can do that too. And then, maybe we will too because we watch that show and enjoy it.
And maybe bring in Gotham when you're watching the Flash one.
That's right.
There you
yeah.
go.
We'll show them. We'll come on their show. Start talking Gotham.
All right, guys. Good night. And have scary dreams of the Scarecrow and Mad Hatter.
That is scary.